Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to the Photo Show. I'm in the process at the moment of putting together a traditional wedding album. Now, I don't do many of these. A lot of the weddings I shoot these days, the couples tend to have the printed book, which is put together on the computer and then printed elsewhere. But occasionally I have to put these traditional albums together. And I'm just going to go through how I mount the photos on the pages so that they stay in the book and they look good for years. So I've got this album. It's made by Heritage Albums. You can find them online. I'll put a link in the description as well. And they're handmade album, hand bound. You can see I've already put a few photos in here. So let's open it up. We've got the photos mounted to the page, and the pages are acid-free paper, so they won't discolour and distort over years. And they've got the glass-lined sheets in between to protect the images. But with these kind of things, the problem's always getting the photos stuck in the book so that they stay permanently and they work really well. There's a few different options. Now, one of the things I've tried before is the basic photo mounts. These are pretty cheap. You can buy these at most shops now, most stationery shops, and they work well. They'd work well if you were putting stuff in frames and things like that, but in the albums, the weight of the print tends to lift them away. The adhesives isn't quite strong enough. So what I tend to use now, let's go through and put one in. Right, so we've got a blank page now. So we need to mount our next photo on the blank page here. So first thing we're going to need is a photograph. One tip I'd give before you actually start mounting anything is to get all your prints in the order that they're going to be fixed in the album, so that you're not scrabbling through for the next photo that you're looking for. So what I've done is I've ordered all of the prints in the order that they're going to go into the album, so that I know just as I pick them up, the next one is to go into the album next. So the next image we've got is this one here, family shot, and that's going to sit on the page just like that, lined up with the image on the previous page. Now there are a couple of schools of thought. You can make a template for yourself that you lay on here to make sure that you've got it set out and all that. I like to do it by eye. I like to do it by eye to make sure that I've got the image lined up with the previous image as well. So we turn the photo over, and what I'm going to use is double-sided mounting tape. Now this is double-sided tape. I actually bought this in a DIY store. It's specifically for mounting images or artworks, and it's nice and strong, sticks really well. That's one of the things you've got to be careful of, is the fact that this does actually stick a lot better than the photo mounts. So if you do have to reposition it, be careful. So what I'm going to do, because this is quite strong, I'm just going to cut small rectangles out. I'm going to put them as close to each corner as I can. Making sure that I don't overlap the photograph, because we don't want anything sticking out the side when the album's complete. So I'm just going to put one little rectangle on each corner. And just for double security, I'm going to put one rectangle bang in the centre. Right, now so because this is double-sided tape, it has a backing on it, so very gently peel the backing off. And I tend to work on this working the furthest away, so you don't reach across the bit that's already sticky and stick your hand to it or anything else. So there we go. I've taken the backing off. I don't know if you can see, but we've got 5 little sticky areas on the back of the photograph. Turn it over. Line it up with, what I tend to do is line it up with the bottom of the previous image. Make sure we've got it square. Flatten it down nicely. Take a piece of cloth or tissue and just make sure that it's stuck down. There we go. That's the next one done. And carry on in the same fashion. One of the things I'd say be really careful of, because I've done this in the past, is making sure that you don't stick the image to the glass-lined sleeve in between, because you have to peel it back off, and as I said, using stronger tape that can be difficult. So let's just do one more image. Now, because I've got an image on this previous page, if I lift it up, I can actually see through the paper slightly. Where the light's shining through, I can see through to the shadow of the other side, and that allows me to line up this image with the image on the previous page. Smoothing it down, and you'll see now that those images are in exactly the same position on the 2 pages. And that's it. That's how you insert photos into a traditional photo album. I hope this has been helpful. Like I said, I've done this a few times, and each time I've looked for a better way of doing it, and this so far is the best option I've come with. Other people would have other ideas of how to do it. Some people use a spray mount, a spray glue, but I always worry that the residue from that will get on the print, the next print, or on your hands when you're handling the prints. So I recommend the double-sided tape. You can get adhesive pads that go on the back, but whatever it is, it's got to be strong and thin so that the image sits as close to the page as possible and sticks nice and firmly. And there we go. So we've got images down, and the album's looking great. Fantastic. So there we go. That's a quick tutorial on how to mount photos into a traditional wedding album. Hope this has been helpful. I'm Dave Vickers. This is The Photo Show. Until next time, see you then.